What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiju no Kami from the Toku and Animation News Network, and this is a quickie review for Maxine. This video is brought to you by the Kaiju no Kami store, creativity by design llc.com/shop. You can buy all kinds of cool Kaiju no Kami merchandise. We've got t-shirts, notebooks, pens, water bottles, and a poster. Check it out, and thank you for your business. Now back to the review. First, there was X, which was like a Southern Comfort grindhouse slasher. Then we had Pearl, which was a psychological thriller that was very colorful and pretty looking about the mental breakdown of a character from X. And now we have, completing the trilogy, Maxine, which continues where X left off. And, well, damn. This movie was really, really good. Like, I wasn't sure what to expect. X, I kind of liked. I liked X a lot. Pearl was just incredible. And Maxine is basically a slasher movie with a neo-noir combined. And if you know anything about noirs, when it comes to horror, like Night of the Hunter and Spiral Staircase, they go together very damn well. And that is exactly the case with this movie. Mia Goth retains her role as Maxine. She's now a porno movie star, whereas in X, she was just becoming she was a film student that was trying to do pornos. Now she's actually a porno star, and she's trying to get into big time Hollywood movies, and she lands her first role for a horror movie sequel. And people she knows starts getting killed. It revolves around this event called the Night Stalker that I guess happened in 1985 in LA. I'm not familiar with this event, but it was pretty interesting. Visually, this movie was incredible. Lights and darks, shadows, lighting, lots of neon lights going on, lots of little things going on in the background. You're like, is something going on in that shadow? Oh, I think there is. Oh, shoot. That guy's gonna bite it. Aw, I liked him. I was very impressed. All the actors were great. You can tell Kevin Bacon loved what he was doing. Giancarlo Esposito had this really corny looking wig, but it fit the character he was portraying, which was an agent for Maxine, and he did a really good job there. Kevin Bacon plays a detective who is helping someone find Maxine and starts troubling her with bringing up shit that happened in the past with the events of X. And it goes on from there. It's well paced, like I said, well acted. The soundtrack is incredible. It's a mix of 80s music with synth scores going on to really fit that vibe fantastically. There's a lot of suspense going on. Some really cool death scenes. Not the best death scenes. Nothing like that alligator scene in Pearl or in X, but a lot of really good death scenes going on. There's so much tension. Like, Maxine is like pretending, you think she's in danger, and oh no, she's not actually in danger. And oh my god, all I'm gonna say is she's a real ball buster. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. It was really, really good. I don't want to give too much away on it, but I also want to make sure I give you enough that entices you to go see it. Now, if you haven't seen Pearl and X, they do enough explanation for you to get the gist of what's going on, but I really feel like if you have seen X and Pearl, more will be enhanced, especially if you've seen X. But they cover the basics of, you're like, okay, that's what's happening if you have not seen it. You get little tidbits where you get the gist of it, but you don't need to be like, oh my god, I'm so lost. It's not like a Marvel Cinematic movie. You don't need to have seen 40 movies before this to enjoy it. Now, I won't say everything was perfect in this film. The cops are pretty moronic. There's these two cops who are investigating everything going on, and they're kind of dumb. They have some really funny scenes, and you're like, oh my god, are you serious? Which I'm assuming was meant to be on purpose to mimic how inept cops are when it comes to serial killers. But as characters in the movie, you're like, really? They're that stupid? Oh my god, did you just do that? I will say the last little bit of the movie kind of threw me off a bit because it becomes an all-action sequence, which I was like, okay, that was unexpected. But that kind of fits the neo-noir aspect because, as I said, this is a slasher meets neo-noir, which I think is where there could be some disappointment because there's people that are going to go in expecting just a straight-up horror film, and they're getting a combination of horror and noir. So if you're not into noir, you're probably going to have a little bit of trouble like, oh, why is this not just 100% horror? It's just, in the end, a fantastic movie. Now, if I were to rank the trilogy, it would be X at number 3, Maxine at number 2, and still Pearl at number 1. I don't know what it is. Pearl, I just absolutely adored. With the way it was executed, with the way it was filmed, and like I said, colorful, very vibrant, like a 1930s color movie. And this one really does it well, pulls off the 80s well. I'm sure there's going to be some nostalgia for people who were coherent of what was going on at that time. So I'm curious to know what your take is. Have you seen X, Pearl, or Maxine? Which is your favorite of the trilogy? Let me know below. I am going to give Maxine an incredible 9 out of 10. It is that damn good. It probably won't beat Late Night with the Devil as my favorite movie of the year, but right now it's up there with Late Night with the Devil and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes for my top 3 favorites of the year. I really loved it. I cannot wait to see what else Ty West has planned for the future now that his trilogy is done. I want to see him tackle more things that are in the realm of horror that combine other genres, because he seems to be masterful at it. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, where else YouTube has you clicking on to support me. You can support me on Patreon and Bluesky at tokuaannetwork, Network, and then Instagram, Discord, Facebook at Kaiju no Kami. And until next time, bye!